Good morning, everybody. When it's not nighttime and I can't eat nachos, I eat breakfast nachos, otherwise known as Chilaquiles, and they're really easy. All you need are some chips. We choose to use Juanitas. We got some chicken broth. We have our HYCH Guajillo sauce. I've got some onions and tomatoes, not necessary, it's just extra. I got a little cilantro, which is extra. The eggs, of course, and some tortilla cheese that we got from unbroken. We just start off by heating up our pan and getting a little bit of oil in here. Letting that heat up. I just like to saute some onions first, get that going. And that's gonna get us some flavor. A little bit of salt, deliciousness. We're gonna let that saute for a bit. You can add garlic. In the meantime, I'm making a little bit of pico de gallo to go on top. And so, some onions, get some tomato. And a little bit of cilantro. And you know, some people don't like cilantro. You don't like cilantro? Don't use cilantro. You can put a hot pepper in here if you want. This has to be a little rough chop, nothing fancy. You can add a little salt. We'll squeeze a lime. And that's gonna go right on top. All right, so back to our onions. We sauteed up our onions. We're gonna put in a little bit of the guajillo, just a couple tablespoons. You don't need much. It's a lot of good flavor. And then we're gonna put in some chicken broth. And we just don't need very much. A quarter cup of chicken broth, the guajillo pepper sauce, and we got this nice sauce started. And that's gonna be the basis of our chilaquiles. We bring it to a boil. All right, we don't have to let it cook for very long. Just get a nice handful of the chips, and you want to make sure you try to get, you know, the full chips. You don't want the crumbles. And then just get a little flip. And it just takes a minute because you don't have to get the chips all soggy. You just want to get them nice and covered. Beautiful. And we're going to pour that into our plate. Lovely. Now we're going to let that sit. Back to our pan, a little bit of water, and we're gonna do what's called basting the eggs. So we're gonna crack our eggs in that water, and then we're gonna let the steam cook them with the lid on top. Here we go, we got our eggs. You have to be really careful when you baste your eggs because they will cook really quickly. Those are over mediums, and just gonna cut them in half, and put the egg right on top. Lovely. That's like 3 minutes. We're gonna top it off with some queso cotija from Don Froylan. Beautiful stuff. So we just take it, they say it's like the Mexican Parmesan, and just crumble it over the top. Beautiful. And then we got some of our pico. And that, my friends, Chilaquiles. Easy, easy breakfast, and super tasty.